were brought here as slaves, and Wilberforce, and the Quakers, and all these people. So we don't have this sense of history in our DNA as young people. We don't know that Africa exists thousands of years before slavery. Slavery is almost just the other day. African history lends itself to ages and ages without pages. Now, the first time I get introduced to Africa, and I know that everyone inside here have the same introduction to Africa. But we didn't know it was in the church. The church is the first place that tells about Africa. But guess what? The church don't teach geography. So you will know exactly where these places in the Bible were. So when you hear about Egypt, when I was a child, I believed that Egypt was in the sky. Tell you the truth. When I hear about Bethlehem and Judea, I said, wow, I wonder which part of the sky these places is. You know, I never know that geographically there were places that can be identified on a map, in an atlas. When they say Egypt, you can go and look on a map. Moses was a black man, according to the Bible. Egyptians are black people, don't matter what you say on TV today. Now when you look at the Egyptians today, all of these people are about the Garden, right? They talk about 4 rivers that encompass the Garden of Eden. And one of the rivers they mention is a river named Gishon, which encompasses the whole land of Ethiopia. Now, when I used to go to school like you, I never heard that. I think, say, where do you get them that from? And then I come go big and I hear Rasta say it, and I say, yeah man, that's true, them man talk about Rasta, that's why they say it. But when you go in the Bible and say, but Ethiopian in the Bible, I never know see Ethiopian in the Bible. I would say, the Ethiopians cannot change their skin, nor the leopard them spot. You ever hear that saying? Can a leopard change the spot or an Ethiopian the skin? It's in Amos, the book of Amos. It says, it makes mention of Rehoboam Babylon to them that the old Philistine Tyre with Ethiopia. This man was born here. Psalms 87. We never know where Ethiopia was. There was a time when the whole of Africa was called Ethiopia. The word Ethiopia is a Greek word because when the Greeks went over south of the Sahara, they see these people black. And they said the sun burned them. So they say they are Ethiopians, land of the burned faces. So that's how they get the original word, Ethiopia, land of the burned faces. But we never know these things. Just like how I said, we never know about Egypt. We never know that Iraq, the majority of things that you hear about in the Bible, like for instance, Abraham. Anybody hear about Abraham? You so much think black is taking a biblical thing, and taking a geography, and taking a history, it all is in. But Abraham was the father of who? Isaac. Esau. No, we are getting mixed up now. We are getting mixed up. Alright. Okay, somebody said say that. That's good. Abraham. Fascism, the Ku Klux Klan, riots in Brixton, Atlanta, Jim Jones. This poem is revolting against first world, second world, third world, division, man-made decision. This poem is like all the rest. This poem will not be amongst great literary works, will not be recited by poetry enthusiasts. It will not be quoted by politicians nor men of religion. This poem is knives, bombs, guns, blood, fire, blazing for freedom. Yes, this poem is a drum, Ashanti, Mama, Igbo, Yoruba, Nyabingi warriors, Ohuru Namibia, Ohuru Sweater, Ohuru Africa. This poem will not change things. This poem needs to be changed. This poem is a rebirth of a people, arising, awakening, understanding. This poem is speaking, have spoken. This poem shall continue even when poets have stopped writing. This poem shall survive. You, me, it shall linger in history, in your mind, in time, forever. This poem is time, only time will tell. This poem is still not written. This poem has no poet. This poem is just a part of the story. This story, her story, our story. The story is still untold. This poem is now ringing, talking, irritating, making you want to stop it. But this poem will not stop. This poem is long, cannot be short. This poem cannot be tamed, cannot be blamed. The story is still not told about this poem. This poem is old, new. This poem was copied from the Bible, your prayer book, Playboy magazines, the New York Times, Reader's Digest, the CIA files, the KGB files. This poem is no secret. This poem shall be called boring, stupid, senseless. This poem is watching you trying to make sense from this poem. This poem is messing up your brains, making you want to stop listening to this poem. But you shall not stop listening to this poem. You need to know. For them and found instead a politician and is now living in Beverly Hills. Mary, you know her, she had a white lamb. When she saw poor people decided to give her lamb to Cinderella godmother for changing color to black before midday and society grew. Little Jack, remember him? He used to sit on the corner of King Street and Barry Street. The other day put him thumb in her mouth and vomit. While Tom was stealing a woman's wig, he fall in a jack from it and broke him neck. Tom fall at the pipe and turn through no one stop blow to rats. But realizing the rat never follow him down the river and him dead because the clock strike 1:30 and no mouse never run down. Tick, tock, tick. First time man used to love them. But this is not the time for them. Because them the day is done and we're right. Give that.